Welcome to With Artful Ease. Today we are going to be doing a color with me on this sunflower page. So I've already did two different styles of coloring, so we'll get straight into it. I'm just going to replicate this one for this and this one for this. But I thought it'd be fun to show you how I'm doing this. So I am using a mixture of Faber Castell polychromos, Prismacolors, and Staedtler Fine liners right now. In fact, let me organize this a little better. Let's get into it. So I'm going in relatively softly to begin with. Oh, I just realized I never showed you the book. What book I'm coloring in. It's Symphony of Cute Animals. I'm going to try to not get my hands too much in the way, but we'll see how that works. My pencil needs a bit of sharpening. I don't need it super sharp, I just need it not as dull. If this looks a little bit awkward, it's because I'm coloring this at an angle because I don't have an overhead mount. I have a tripod, so I've kind of got a weird setup right now. So hopefully you can actually see okay what I'm doing. Well, and if not, I still had fun and I will scrap this footage and try again. It just won't be on this coloring. So at this point, it's just a lot of repetition. Doing the outside edges of the flower in this blue. And just going back over some of the sections I've already done that came out a little bit too light for what I'm going for. Okay, oh, sorry, this is Helio Blue Reddish 151 in the Polychromo set. So yeah, I'm not gonna talk as much. I'm just gonna mainly be coloring now. Yeah, and I might occasionally pop in if I think it's something worthwhile, but otherwise just color and relax with me. Now, if I was just doing this on my own, I would continue doing the blue all the way around. But because I think that's going to make this a really, really long video, I'm going to start doing the detailing on these flowers, and I'll come back to that later. Okay. Okay. So that's that. And now we're going to go in and we're going to make a hard line. Make that a hard defined. So the first couple ones I did, I messed up because I wasn't supposed to bring the line all the way up. That's what I did on these ones, you can see. But this one is supposed to have a defined line, but it doesn't go all the way up. So if we're replicating this flower, that was kind of a oops, but we'll still work with that. And then it's supposed to be defined, but a little soft. So I'm gonna soften out those edges. this from Prismacolor. Hopefully you can see that. And if you notice, my pencils aren't sharp right now, and that's intentional. I want a very soft coloring. And you see I'm going along the edge because I want that blue to kind of blend in with that and with this color to give each flower more dimension. Okay, so we have the good base layer down. Hold on. Go back in here with this. Okay, so now we're going to be using black cherry or black grape. I can't remember exactly which one. So That was black cherry. Let's see. Black grape is that one. Okay, so that's not for this flower. We are going in with black cherry. Prismacolor Premiere PC 1078. Before we go in with that, I almost forgot, we need the Staedtler Fine Liner, and this is in dark mauve, number 33469. So at the very base, I'm just going in with a little fine line. Okay. Okay, now we can go in with black cherry. And we're just fading up. That had a harsh ending. Okay, and you can see it's really starting to look like its brother. Now, I did start on this coloring like a week ago, so part of this is me remembering exactly what I did for this one because I did this flower first. Kind of remember exactly how that one went. There's a few question marks, but this one I can't remember, so we're going to wing it. I'm almost positive I went in along the edge and did this. Yeah. Well, if I didn't, that's what we're doing now. I know I did that, but I can't remember which color I used. I should have wrote it down, made a note, but I had planned to come back to this much sooner than this. It wasn't the black cherry. That's what we're rolling with. We've already started. Okay, so now I realize what I did. I went in with another layer of the dark blue where I just put the black cherry at. Yeah, I used the black cherry, right? But then I think I did another layer of the blue. Yeah, that's what happened. So I can choose to do that or choose to leave it as is. Let's see what happens when I go in with blue over there, at least at the base, because that's what looks like happened. We're just going to bring it all the way up. Yeah, a lot of this is just layering, going back over and making sure the layers are to my liking. Oh, I'm going back in with amethyst. But mostly focusing on the top of that. And just a light layer. Mostly I just go back in with the layers until I like it. Ah, there we go. So you've now seen how I've colored this one. The only difference is that this flower down here had a lot of center lines. Not a lot, but it had more central lines drawn in it, where this is mostly just inside the flower, just 2 lines instead of like that third line. But yeah, so that is how I colored in this flower. I will continue coloring the rest, but I kind of wanted to show you the other way I chose to do it. So I'll do that. Again, starting off with the blue base. I'm just shuffling things around. Things I did not use, I want to put over there out of my way. So I know for sure this one had the black grape in it. Maybe amethyst as a base over it, under it. We'll see. Okay, back to it. I'm gonna try to be quiet so you can relax, but I kind of did want this to be a little informative. So if you have questions about how I did it, or why I chose to do what I chose to do, keep in mind when I'm not sitting at a weird angle, I usually don't have to go in with as many base layers, like as many rounds. But I do still layer. It's just I wouldn't have to go in with over this blue as many times, because the way I'd be sitting, I could put down more pressure. But I find my best coloring so far with the most dimension happened because of the layering process. So anyway, like the other flower, I'm going to do just like a few, like probably from here to here, so you can fully see how I got that specific technique done on the flower. By the way, if you have this coloring book, what is this? Symphony of Cute Animals. Yeah, if you have this coloring book, I would be so interested in seeing how you decided to color in this page. If you took the straightforward path of traditional sunflower colors, the yellows and browns and oranges, or if you decided to make it a bit more whimsical, or if you even took the image and made it kind of gothic and spooky. I think that's the cool thing about coloring, seeing everybody's take on it on the same page. Also, for me, I love creating color combinations and layering, which is why many of my images so far are color paper. Sorry about that. They are color pencil based, mostly color pencil, some fine liner pen. Occasionally, I'll do some brush markers, but I enjoy layering and creating different color combos, and I love the look that you can get with color pencil. Now, I will be expanding out to different mediums this year and seeing how I like that. but I know for sure I will always do at least one coloring a month. That's going to be mainly color pencil with some fine liner pens, because it's relaxing for me, and I hope it's relaxing for you. Okay, I'm going to stop talking and you can just watch along and color whatever you're coloring. Oh, one quick thing. The only thing about doing flowers is a lot of times there is inconsistency in the drawing because these are drawn by people in many cases. I know for sure that the artist that created this book is a real person, but it is inconsistent sometimes. So sometimes you kind of have to use your own imagination. Okay, is this another petal or is this a continuation of the same petal? But it's still fun. Okay, now I'm done. hmm. Ah. Hmm. Okay, so I made a slight oops. I wasn't supposed to go as dark on the shading of the outer leaves. As you can see, this is more like a light stroking of the blue with a darker blue rim on the under petals. And then on the petals on top, it's a very like a light stroke. So this flower might indeed turn out a little bit different than that one, but it's gonna be the same colors, so it's okay. Mm, okay, I'm going to have to sharpen this now. Again, I don't want it actual super sharp. I just want it to be a little bit more precise. Like right around there is good for me. I don't need a super pointed tip. use this Uniball Signo white pen to create a little dot right there to clean up that mistake. Let's see. Let's see how I got this color. Whenever I'm confused about something and I'm returning, I do like kind of a test. Obviously, it would be better if I did this on a white scrap, but my sketch pad is currently elsewhere. So, to see if I got this shape by layering the amethyst and the black grape, or if it was just black grape itself. No, I think it was layered. We'll see. Oh, by the way, this flower itself is actually not finished. Obviously because the center is not finished, but even the shading on this is not finished. I just needed to get, let me explain better. So normally when I color, I will, if I'm going to do a repetitive color pattern, so like this flower is going to have the same coloring as this flower, and this one is this one. I do the layers up to a certain number. I'll go like so many layers in on one to use as a test base, right? And then I'll do the same on the next before I go in and add more detailing or decide it's done completely. And that way I can have the symmetry and the same effect going on both ways. So I didn't want to take this flower further without having this flower catch up. Because as you can see, I'm forgetting how I colored the exact approach I used. Not the approach, I remember the approach, the exact colors I used in what order. So to avoid this type of confusion, I generally will do, like I said, I will do this one up to a certain point and then start on this one, get it to that point, and then keep building further. So I am going to add some more shadows to this. Yeah. And some other detailing, but can't do that till I finish this. Or at least get that to that status. Anyway, sorry, this has been a bit rambly of a color with me, but I've never done one of these, so we'll see when I edit if I decide to keep the talking bits or just give you music to listen to. So okay, back in with the black grape. I wonder. Let me see something. No, it wasn't that. Oh, this was oops. Yep. Okay, that's what it was. Well, this flower's going to take a different turn because I made a oops. Cherry. Okay. So, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is going to have a different effect for the flower because I forgot how I exactly layered the center color and these didn't turn out right. So, but the cool thing about layering is you can always add more to kind of get where you need to go. Anyway, so we have layered in the center section amethyst. There will be black cherry at the base. You know, black cherry at the base, black grape at the end. I will correct that oops later of going outside the line. Okay. And I'm trying to do a kind of cross hatching to give this a little bit more texture, but it's very light, only in the dark. Black grape. Okay, and now we're going to go over all of this with our polychromo blue. To give this a bit more dimension. I actually don't mind how this is turning out, but I feel like obviously now these are 3 different color schemes and I don't vibe with that. Sorry, I just jostled the camera. So now I'm going to have to do a lot of dabbling to get this more like this and then evolve them both to their final form. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah, very interesting. So we're gonna do, after I finish coloring this last one really quickly, I'm going to do a couple test ones over there and see how those turn out. And then I'm gonna finish the rest of these petals. Like I'll finish the rest of the petals to get them to be symmetrical on both sides, and then I might do a video coming back working on the rest of the shading and the background or not. I'm kind of all over the place. Anyway, let's just finish this part, and I hope you have been enjoying your coloring and that you have not been making oops. And if you have been turning them into wins, because honestly, some of my best images that I've colored so far in this since I've started my journey last year came about because literally they were a mistake. I overshaded or undershaded one area and then I had to fix it, and that required more layering than even I had intended, which created a actually more dynamic piece. So yeah, everything is a learning curve. Everything can be adjusted and worked out. So let's try. So we're gonna try these 3 and see how they go. Great. Ah, perfect. As you can see, the tones are now the same. So I literally just have to go over all of these with black cherry and black grape in the right ratio, and it'll be close enough in the final process. I'm gonna have to make these blue bits darker though to fully match that one. But alrighty, I hope you have enjoyed the color along with me. Like I said, once I get these to be the same levels throughout on these 2 sunflowers and then these 2, I will hopefully come back and show you more of the process if you're interested. Basically let me know when I post this video if you're interested or not, and that'll let me know whether I should film it or just color it as I please and just show you when I do the end of the month coloring. Okay, anyway, have a lovely day.